our trade show today is going to be all about cinnamon rolls, and we're featuring our biscuit twirls. Now this is a beautiful 5-ounce frozen dough piece, so it's freezer to oven, and it gives you this luscious looking biscuit cinnamon roll. Okay, but sometimes it's really difficult to sample a 5-ounce piece and to know, do I cut it before I bake it or after I bake it? And so we wanted to offer you some suggestions for that. Because biscuits are best served warm, we're suggesting that you actually present them under a heat lamp during service. You can also hold them in a hot box, but it's actually best if you bake them, let them cool, and then only put what you need for your sampling underneath the heat lamp to warm for each set. You can always refresh your samples as you need them, but that way they don't dry out from excessive holding, but that way they're also warm when it comes time for service. If you look at today's samples, they look remarkably different than our caramel roll, and we wanted to tell you what we did. So in this sample, we did 1/4 of the twirl, baked it in a muffin liner cup, and then string ice. The great part about this is that you can still see the layers, which is actually one of the advantages of the biscuit twirl. You still taste the biscuit, you still taste the filling, but you haven't wasted anything. We actually drizzled these with a little bit of the clear coat, the same as the recommendation we have for all the cinnamon rolls, and that was so that we could store them plain but fully baked. And then for the show, we put a little bit of glaze. Today we have chocolate on the caramel roll, and we have a little orange flavored vanilla RTS on the caramel roll, or on the chocolate roll. And we put out a small selection. You can also make these as small as 1/8 if you like. And we actually have a small petit-four box that we did as well. We wanted to show you several different options to feature your twirls. So here we have elephant ears, or also cinnamon Crispers, however you would like to merchandise them. All we did was we thawed the chocolate chocolate twirl, dipped it in some coarse sugar, put it between 2 pieces of sprayed parchment, an extra pan on top, and you have this beautiful crisp treat that you can share with friends. We also had the 1/8 cut. Many of you remember these boxes from the Archway for our 0.9 cinnamon rolls. This is the 1/8 cut on the twirls. We did them in little mini muffin liners, and now we have a little box of petit-fours. Those are great if you get somebody who wants to, go ahead and place an order at the booth. Go ahead and give them a box of petit-fours. We also have across our display, we're showing you the full lineup of all of our cinnamon rolls so that you can open that conversation with your customers. But we wanted to show you some plate teasers too. We always, at a trade show, we always have a hero plate to open the discussion. Today we have a smoked pork chop, the same way that we bake the cinnamon Crispers. I took a 3-ounce cinnamon roll, baked it between 2 pieces of parchment, and we have a recipe for the cinnamon French toast, but if you're in a hurry, you can skip that step and go ahead and bake the sandwich. We fried a couple eggs for the display, grilled the meat, and now we have a wonderful entree plate. If you want to do sampling in your booth, Chef Teddy had a feature on this with the mini cinnamon roll club. This one just uses your deli meats, some fresh produce assembled to order. And this is one of the things we also talked about, the sales from stales, that you can take yesterday's fresh cinnamon roll and toast it as you go to serve today, and it's refreshed and brand new, great for your club sandwiches. When we talked about merchandising, we had these 0.9 cinnamon rolls. Look at how beautiful that is in the tin. One of the things that we had talked about was making sure it fills the tin, and you have room to put the plastic lid on top. You can string ice this, you can leave it plain, however you want to merchandise it for your event. This is also great if you want to serve samples in your booth. It's easier for you to transport in small batches. The next item we have featured, this is our FTO collection. We have the 0.9 mini, the 1.5 ounce, the 2.7 ounce whole grain, the 3 ounce, and the 5 ounce cinnamon roll. These are your FTO collection. We also want to show the biscuit twirls as designed, straight from the oven, and all we did was put that clear coat on. You see how wonderful that sheen highlights? It has that fresh baked appearance as if the product's steaming on the table. So not only does it improve your shelf life, but it improves your presentation. Next, I want to look at our proof and bake collection. We have the 6.5 ounce cinnamon roll, and look at that monstrous amount of plate coverage. The 6 ounce best, we have the Mile High cone. This is why it's so important to make sure that you bake built side up, not cut side up. That way you get that beautiful crown. We also have the 4.5, which still gives you wonderful plate coverage. These I love for elephant ears. They're great for dipping. The 2.5 looks so similar to our 3 ounce FTO. And then the 1.25, look at that wonderful plate coverage. You'd be proud to serve that for any catering event. Remember, even if you don't have a proof box, you can always do floor proofing, and you can still get the same quality. It just takes a little bit longer to get there. And last but not least, we have a few collections with the biscuit twirls. This one is the caramel twirl. We dipped it in poured sugar, we cut it in half, and added just a little bit of apple pie filling and glaze. So now we have a 2.5 ounce Danish. Then we also took the full biscuit twirl. We have an assortment of chocolate, orange, and caramel. We chopped them, put them in muffin cups, and then you can also take your leftover fillings. So if you have just a little bit of cherry, raspberry, lemon pie filling, feel free to put those in. And you can always reflavor the RTS to complement. So whether it's raspberry, chocolate, coffee, or orange, feel free to go ahead and dress up your selection. This is our trade show booth today. So we have our biscuit twirl samples and our 0.9 ounce. Enjoy.